Hi guys, it's Rob here with a quick Python tutorial, and I just wanted to clarify if, elif, and else statements. We went over these three concepts in class, and I'd like to make some clarifications. There's going to be two videos on this. The first one is just going to show the code and the output, and in the second one I'm going to break down exactly what's going on in the code. So here I've defined three variables: x as 1, y as 2, and z as 3. Case 1, we have an if, followed by an elif, followed by an else. And I just want to stress here that this is all one block of code. So out of these three statements, exactly one of these will be hit because we have an if, and we have it followed by an else. This elif in the middle here, there could be many more, or there could be none. The if, you always have to have one if, and you could have 0 or 1 else statements. But if you have an if and an else in the same block of code, then there's a guarantee that you're going to hit one of those statements. Now, our second case here, we have our double if, followed by else, followed by if. So if, else, if. And double if isn't a Python thing. I'm just saying we have two if statements, just to clarify. Now, here, in this case, which if statement does the else belong to? Well, the else belongs to the if statement that's directly above it. So this is one block of code. So if you see from the code I've highlighted, we have this if statement right here, then we have this if-else construct right here, followed by another if statement. So out of these three, we're guaranteed to hit one of these in the middle. And if these other conditions are true, we'll hit them as well. So if we look over here to our left, well, we have the results. If x was less than y, so if 1 was less than 2, print x is less than y. So we have x is less than y. That's for the first part. Notice that that's the only one that printed. Even though y is less than z, and that statement is technically true, even though y is less than z, and that is technically true, notice that it didn't print because we already hit the if statement, and so that block of code was technically solved. Now, in this case here, remember, we want x is less, this should be is, but you get the point. X is less than y, so we hit this first if statement. Now if x is greater than y, well, we just said x is less than y, so it's not going to hit this, but then it has to hit that else statement, so else statement was hit. And then if x is less than y, there we go. Again, I apologize for the misspelling here. But as you can see, guys, we hit the else statement here, because x is greater than y is clearly not a true statement, with these x less than y as being true. X can't be both greater than and less than y, so when it's assigned to the same value. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to take you guys step by step through the code and break this down for you visually one step further. Thanks, guys. See you in the next tutorial.